Gazalanche, look out. Coming in as a VIP of the day. I think it's 5 in a row now, Gaz. Congratulations. And Zorka's here coming in second. Welcome. How are you all today? I don't know. 4 or 5, who knows? Who's counting? Gaz is counting. Not very well. I don't know. Right. Chuck these away. You're way off on that one. Well. Alright, we're just doing a bunch of factory stuff. Now we've got Dimensional Depot. I'm running around, installing them in all over factories and also making them. There we go, that'll keep us going for a bit. I wonder if there's any more do I have any more hard drives? I want to see if I can make that Easter egg happen. Got it. This is the Easter egg. Are you human? Dimensional Depot, so you finally be able to build as you're used to. Yes. What is it like to heal? Oh, it went onto the down the bottom there. There you go. So that's the Easter egg. That is the that was right. Let's get that. Where's my I'll go get some hard drives too. Right. So yeah, it's great to, we put a few of these down the other day and now we're just going through the factory, fitting them all. Done. quite a few. I skipped screws. I think we've done all of these ones. There's a couple I have to fix. Alright, definitely Nobelisks is one that I want to have ready access to. Perfect. And portable miners was another one. Box of portable miners. Oh, we have to change that. Or move this. So I want that. Probably there is fine. And then if I put smart splitter goes here. There and yeah, that can go there, I think. Get some more. Alright, so we got straight ahead is portable miner and right is overflow. It's back in there. Perfect. And now perfect. One is coming in. Sweet. There are other things on this. I think I'm going to do my stun rebar and that sort of stuff. Nobles is all I really care about. Alright, we've got AI limiters. We're going to make some factory changes soon as well. Liquid biofuel, absolutely. Packaged liquid biofuel. Are you doubling up some dimensional depots for a higher upload rate? No, Zork. I don't build that fast. I'll just upload to the update to the maximum speed and go from there. Modular frames. I did modular frames. Let's do rubber and plastic. So I'm going to need to make a change here. It's a bit silly when I built this. Oh, not really, actually. So this is the... Oh, actually, I am lying. In the cave where the SAM is, I've got 3 constructors making the SAM, and that is... That itself is actually... I've got 3-dimensional depots just so I can get the SAM made, and then I can from there I put it in a box, and that feeds into the constructor for the time being, so we can make the SAM fluctuators, so I can do all this. That's why I've got reanimated SAM here at 200, and I just pull out that, put it in my inventory, and another 200 will fill up relatively quickly. And the rubber's doing its thing. Yeah. Same plastic. Rightio. Oh, we've got MAM research complete. Blueprint designer Mark 2 now as well. Ah, yeah. So now we've got the computers, heavy modular frames, all of those recipes. I do believe we're making... Let me have a look. Criterion computers. Yep, we're making that, so we'll select that at some point. The circuit boards. I'm just going to look up the wiki. The circuit boards are used for research in the MAM. But they're not used for actual making a machine. So I never really needed to automate that one for myself. But anyway, which means I don't need those feeding into a dimensional depot. I can put them in the dimensional depot, manually load them in. I've got some back. It's always handy to have them there. Stators is another one I don't need. I've got no use for those. I've got some anyway I can feed in. Motors I will though. Alright. Okay, so we've done all of that, those factories. Don't need circuit boards. I do need encased industrial beams. Do need steel beams. And we'll need steel pipes. This is one we need to fix, so let's do that now. This is all the constructors I need to do their power poles. So I'm going to change back to here and machines, a constructor feeding in that way. This one would go technically for this layout here. So the power pole goes okay. So we come into here and we grab our power constructor power pole and it goes there. Let's go through and retrofit these in, and that'll fix that clipping. Where I need to stand. No, now I need to go back to the other end. Power, we'll go back to this end. Ah. Don't need to hook all them up. That's not what I wanted. Right, and then this one. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweet. Let's do the color. That fixes that little clipping issue I had. Lovely. Suddenly got a bad case of needing to go to the toilet. So, I will back in a sec. We'll fix that clipping. Rightio. Let's fix this clipping up here. Now these were just test machines. Okay, hard drives. Alternate. Oh, 6 inventory slots. Yes, please. Awesome. Let's grab that. Right, now I can put these machines down here again with the constructor by 2. So they would go that there. Yep, that's it. Now, I've misplaced my statue somewhere. Oh no, there it is. No, I haven't. I must have had something else in my inventory. All is glory. Hello, welcome. How are you today? Oh, let's put ductor pole. Should go there. You're good. How am I? I am doing fantastic. Thank you. We've got just doing some factory tidying up. We've got the dimensional depot, so we're going through and retrofitting it in the base, and also there's a few areas that have clipping that we're going to fix that as well. So before we had blueprints. These were built normal way, but now I'm fixing them up. No, don't want to do that just yet. Oh no, that was the last one, it doesn't matter. Be powered, and it. So that's that one all back and working. Perfect. We don't need any of the space elevator parts. They don't need to go into the dimensional depot. Do need a quick wire. None of these go. This is our quick wire. Alright, we need to fix this one. Yep, they're all good. Right. Sweet. I think I may have to still connect that. There, right here. It's happening. Right. This is steel ingots, and that's not needed. And then that's everything. So I've still got 30 immerser spheres. So we'll finish up with some upgrades to the dimensional depots. We'll go with upload speed. We'll get them all on upload speed first, and then we'll go stack size. So that's 7. Oh, I've got to wait till the hard drive's finished. Alright, that's nearly done. Excuse me. Wish you could reorder, because everything goes in the order that you add them. And because I added like SAM or modular frame first, but SAM, and these won't matter to me for too much longer. But yeah, anyway. Jake, good day. Still love how you use conveyors in combination with the stackable conveyor poles. So clean. Thank you. We're going to be doing some more cleaning up of that today. You'll see what I mean as we get to it shortly. Okay, hard drives. Heavy encased or heavy flexible. I think I'm using both of these recipes. Heavy encased. No, I'm only using heavy encased. Okay, this one. I've left off flexible. All right.
Dimensional upload speed increased. All of the kinetic and thermal energy released during matter conversion has now been repurposed to aid with dimensional shifting, allowing several parts to pass through, for free.
The window is beautiful. Have you tried making the door?
I assure you that would be a most unhealthy action for the pioneer to take.
All right.
Dimensional upload speed increased. The dimensional shift now no longer cares how complex the components of the original part are, and will save each part as a single collection of particles that can be instanced easily.
Grow shift the body cord flow cycle song of the 5-layered shallow state.
I'm working on it, but are you saying there is another layer? Is it a sensor limitation?
Deepen.
Helpful.
Zork, anything that removes the need for screws is a good help. I'm neither here nor there with screws. I'm all okay with it. I'm thinking of doing a playthrough that has the most screws possible. This last one I can't do. I need 23. But we'll add another stack size.
Dimensional expansion increased to 300%. New understanding of matter manipulation technology allows the dimensional storage to deconstruct all matter to the subatomic level, storing its elementary particles until the part is recalled.
You are digging into deeper layers. Shallow matter contains window symphonies and void songs and deep echoes.
It is fascinating what one can find out simply by looking closer.
But how many pills of the hex that come along with that screws playthrough will be required? I mean, that's a good question. It's a good question. All right, so that was dimensional. What was it called? Expansion. And I'm probably out of Mercer spheres now. We'll have to go hunting. And the power augmenter. I've got some computers remaining. Exactly how many? Well, I'm going to put those. Put all this stuff in my dimensional depot inventory, to be honest. Anything I can put in my inventory. But computers, that's a no. I've only got 28 computers left. So we can't get that one just yet. Okay, what I might do is I'm gonna get. So what have I got? 3 stacks now. All right, I'm going to put a dimensional depot down for a second. We're just going to feed it all this stuff. So 1, 2, 3 stacks of that. 3 stacks of those, all of that, and that. Those. Not the concrete. Right, we'll put Mercer-spheres in there. We'll put the summer slips in there. I'm still researching hard drives. Go in there. Probably the sand fluctuators too. We're at the point now where it won't matter what's in my inventory, which is great. And then everything else I can sync. Let me just put away. So I've still got those. Aha, all of these. All of these can be sunk now. That's right, we need to set up. Yeah, so a couple of things I still want to do. I'm going to get to soon. There we go, so they're all in there. And then I don't need those anymore. Right, so I'll just let all that upload. Got plenty of wire and pipe for the time being. The hard drives are researching. Okay, my priorities are. What are my priorities? I want to fix the Statisfactory, the roof on that one. So let's go and do that first. Few things have been putting off for a while, and now it's time to start getting stuck into them. So the issue I had with my Stator factory was my last set of overflow mergers are too high. This here is too high. And possibly that belt. So because the reason is, let's go over here first. Three, so 4. That's the height our factory is at. That's the first floor. And what's happening is this is clipping. So we need to drop. I need to redo how this is done. It shouldn't be too hard. It's got to, let's just put out. So all of this height, I don't want this height. Now, probably the easiest way to do it is, let's have a look at, I've got room available underneath. So what am I doing? What is actually going on here? What's going on here is we've got the overflow from this smart splitter and the overflow from this smart splitter here. And they're both coming up to feed out. Now what if I there's nothing to say I couldn't put the smart splitter. Yeah, because what I'm doing here is I'm splitting between a set of 3 and a set of 3. 6 machines. So I've gone, well, I'm going to use the rear of the smart splitter. But what I will do instead is I'm just going to put the smart splitter, it can go here. No, okay, so I can't put it in this section because this is my main bus area, and that's one of my stipulations in this playthrough is I can't put them on the main bus area. But what I could do is there's no reason why I have to come up and out that way. I could come up to this height here. Start deconstructing some of this. So if I had a merger, we change back to this one. Oh, I hate when I bump. that was there. That could come up and go over there. I could have something going over this machine. Yeah, that's much easier. Alright, so I could have... I may move it one more. What's that? You can't get away with. Fibonacci. So there. That'll be the perfect one there. That means I'm going to have to micro nudge that one. And then that should give me just enough clearance there. Yep. Symmetrically, I will micro nudge back. So now we can go. What's coming in with Mark 3? Yeah, always Mark 3. Okay, so that one's there. This one would be like this. There's my overflow. Now this can come over. I think to there. Yep, that's good. We can do that, and then cool. That means I can get rid of. Let's get this first. You get that line there. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a few things I want to do a bit differently. Such as that. So now I could go. So that's 2 from the top. So here it'll be Got it. To Glad, hello, welcome. How are you today? Sweet. Let me fix that. Now I need to fix, not fix, but I need to change the overflow for this end as well. Perfect. Right. All right. So all that's still working nicely. Now this is just this overflow here, which can go. We do have that. Let's just check a few things. That needed to be a Mark III, and then everything else is fine. This overflow go but it's not. It's on. Let me think about this, because I've micro nudged it. I think it would be here. Doesn't look right. That does. No, it doesn't. It's one more micro nudge to there. Let's just change my 3, 4. I keep having to change my belt speed, so I might as well just change it and be done with it. Right, that's perfect there. So we're doing that to there. Then we should just be able to go to there. And that's it. Oh, that's excellent, because now I can properly put the ceiling on this. Properly do these staircases. Oh no. That's better. Oh, almost better. Let's get these done. And then, actually, we're going to trial out something in this factory. Be there. Okay. Let's go with I want put a blueprint designer down. Computers. Oh, I didn't put the computers in my I don't need the Mark II for this task. Go. And also coated iron canister or crystal computer. I'm only using Criterion computers. So we'll do a rescan, and it's none of those ones. So we'll leave that. That. And then... Okay, what I want to do here is... I want to put my stackables in place. Now, I think for me to do this properly, so the lowest one is we have 1, 2, 3. Yep. So those 4, that's what I want, 4. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a mess. Always delete what I don't need. Right. I'm going to save that as a test. Ceiling Conveyor test. Like so. And then I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to call Ceiling Conveyor Corner. Logistics. Four deep. Right, so with that blueprint, that was supposed to stay. Just fix that. Right. I don't want these. Perfect. Now let's double check it against this. They should be the same. If it's not, that's not a big deal. Because we'll just... Ah, that looks... You idiot. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, it's not correct. So what I need to do is Let's try that test one with the foundation and use the foundation as alignment. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's perfect. So in other words, that blueprint I have to use with the foundation. Now in my blueprints, ceiling conveyor corner, right. Now what that means is I wanted to have some for at different heights all the way. I could put there, but I can't do that. So we're just going to have to just do the corners and manually put the other ones as I need it. But and if with that being the case, just going to change this to conveyor supports. Now, if I was to do... Oh my god, I did a massive zoom. I didn't mean to. Okay, so the whole point of that was... Oh, that one's got to come up, so we'll deal with that in a minute. These... And yeah, the point of this too... Now we've got those correct. Let's finish my roof. Let's finish my MAM. All right, that's it. Until we lock something else in the space elevator, or in the hub, where our recipes are done. So I'm going to throw my hard drives into there for the time being. Alright, don't need... I'll leave that there for a minute. Let's do this. Let's finish off this. Right, we need to put a conveyor lift hole there. Where are we? So... that. One sec, I'm just going to make a note about something. Right, sorry about that. Had to make a few notes. So we've got this, that's a roof done, that was the whole reason of this. Now that's one of the real reasons I really wanted to get into was for this sort of stuff. I have to deal with the power. I understand that the power lines, don't worry. It's going to get done. That's going to look so much nicer than the pole supports. And that one was there simply because of dealing with stuff up there. But all of this that's what I need to do. Yep. No, put that dismantle filter key G on my foot pedal on the paste. I don't use it. There we go. Let's try that now. Oh, yes. That's going to save me so much time. Right, so what I want to understand is if I go to for this, I think it's easy to do it down here, looking at there, I think, and then hologramming it. Yeah. So easy. Now, something like this is where I need to just do them by hand. Next, there. I think it's going to look much cleaner with all the supports removed. And having stuff hanging from the roof, I reckon. But specifically because they are skinnier object. So they look a lot cleaner. Now, don't know if I'm going to change all of this in here. I don't know. We'll see. But let's do whole hog. We'll go full hog, and we'll see what it looks like. Because this is one of the heavier factories that uses conveyor wall supports. So we might as well do it as much as we can. there. So much cleaner. All right, well, let's do this then. Taking a few steps to fully work it out. And we'll come back and delete, we'll delete all the supports as we go. Because I can just put the filter on and get rid of them all. Yeah, alright, let's get rid of a few of these. Easy to see where we're up to. Yeah, this is. It just removes a lot of the noise. I mean, it adds more noise also, but. think this one is the micro nudged, which, you know what? It doesn't matter because it's so inconspicuous. So much nicer. I'm going to change how I think about building as well. I have to be conscious about that. Yeah, I'm pretty much all convinced. This is how I'll be doing it from now on in my factories. Thankfully, it's only the assembler setups that will get a lot of retrofitting. Everything else is only been constructors and smelters to this point, so it's only the corners I have to replace, and that's been blueprinted. So that's going to be dead easy. I was way off. Those. Some of them, though, like that, I won't be able to because they're going to clip. That's okay. Compromises. that. No, that's fine. And this one here. That looks so much better. I've only got one to deal with there. That is sensational. So we're going to put these levels are going to be double levels, aren't they? Think about this. So these ones, these levels that have refineries, these buildings are double heights. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So I think another. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a bit of ripping and replacing. Get all these belts raised up. I don't think, yeah. So I'm coming up here to get computers. Because that will let me make the, Mark II. Yep. All right, and in the when you go to build something and you don't have the required materials, but you do have them in the dimensional depot, that's what that different color is underneath, and it'll pull it out of the dimensional depot when you actually do the build. And I'm just going to be back in a sec, folks. Chilly, so I've got my lovely alpaca wool jumper hoodie on. Now, so I want. This is going to be a bit ridiculous, but I'm still going to do it. It needs to be one. So it's 1, 2, and then 3. No, it's that one as well. So 12 is what I need. So what I mean by that is if I get foundation, and there's that to come to oops, no, I fell in my hole. I need 7. Right, so I need 7 foundations high. I need just that. Then I need what I need, the 12. Wow, you can power build those ones. You get the right angle. of sparks. Right, that should be it. That's my crazy tall building corner. Oh, no, I've missed these sides. That'll be about 250 rods. So it was called Ceiling Conveyor Corner. I'll call this double. Why is it not doubling it? Because it should be saying, oh, there's something already with that name. Ceiling Conveyor. Oh, Conveyor. Conveyor. I wish you could spell, rename them. Yeah. Come on. Alright, so I've got that there. Let's get rid of that. Noah was it's not been used, that's for sure. Or was it? I don't know. No. Right, let's see if I got this first go. So it needed to be there. No, wrong one. This one. Yeah, so this one. There. That's it. How much is that? It's 288 iron rods and 209. That's crazy. Nice. So easy to do. So these ones, these buildings are going to be the same height. I'm going to, at this point, I'm just going to focus on getting these installed where they're needed, and then we'll do the other bits later, the next floor up. Not yet, mate. We'll get back to you. Ooh, now we're running into dimensional depot slow. It's a plate. We need to update our upload speed. Or I'll just go and get a bunch because we're going to be doing a few. But I would think I'd be recovering it from what we're deleting as we go. Be productive while we wait. Oh, and I'm using plates to build the roof. Yeah. Let's go and actually top up. We've been doing a bit of these, so it's going to be worth having it in our inventory. Get rods first, and then we'll get plates. Or we'll get plate first, then get rods. Perfect. Let's go back and keep plonking them down. go. You leave the room. There's a few decisions to be made here. These. Beautiful. And oh, geez, that was a bit of a lag spike in the save then. I'll do these ones first. Now that's on the middle. It's working. Might stick with simple for the moment, and we'll do some of this stuff. I'm not sure about that, no. That's it there. But there was a conveyor belt not used here. Yeah, it's an older belt out of use. I think I'll just delete it so I'm not confused. So, that's it. Let's do each corner of the building as we go, and then we can retrofit the buildings later. Keep making the same mistake. No. Micro nudge. No, vertical nudge is going to be great when that comes. Bring on 1.1, I say. Why put it where we don't need it? This is the modular frames factory, yeah. That's 4. this sort of. This one's a doozy. There's a lot going on here. That's the old conveyor belt that was there. I'm just going to leave it there for future. This one's a bit different. Whoa. Yeah, I need to make sure I'm using the filter. It's too easy to delete things like power lines. These ones I've got to sort out. There's that. Fix. Right. Yeah, we'll do these ones all right. good. Gets repetitive, this stuff. But if you want it to be consistent, you just got to go through the motions. The prints makes all the difference. About the blueprints, that's a lot of fiddling around. Ooh. Alignment's going. Yeah, that's perfect. It's a good time to be doing all this though, because I'm about to start ramping up all the manufacturer factories, and that's going to be a lot more conveyor belts going everywhere, so we need to get all of that. I don't have to be changing things again later because I didn't plan it properly. So this is going to greatly help. Excuse me. that's all of those. That I'll deal with later. Well, actually, this is all kind of part of it. And this inner section here probably fits in with the mandate, let's say. Might use that to help guide it in. Yeah, I'm close, but just the nudge. Get it? And then these ones here. That. We still need to tidy them up. That's there we go. Right, that's got that sorted. Bit tedious, but I really want to get it sorted out. Although at the end of all this, every factory will have a staircase and another floor ready to go. That's pretty cool. That's something that needs to happen. As we expand, we will be needing all that stuff. So it's work that's got to be done regardless. We've certainly powered through a lot of the rod and plate that I picked up earlier. Really plate. Need more rod. Yeah, we're just going to persist. Some of it will be quicker with these buildings that are already double stories. Although I'm not going to touch the upper level stuff in terms of lifts. Ammunition. It's more just the ground floor starting off with. Wow. Who would have thought? that I've nearly used up all my inventory, all of my personal building supplies. But it's always building, it's always topping back up. The rods are much quicker to replace than the plates, that's for sure. So I've just done that one. Yep. That's better. It's another corner done. Nice and easy. Sometimes I'm just not sure. Really quick if I've already put it on the floor above. Still haven't sorted out power properly yet. An upcoming task. So that's done. Go and do this one. We may have to redo that overflow. That might be a thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo that one. We'll do that in a second. It's a bit hit and miss sometimes, to be honest. See what we can do about this. So this won't be that difficult. So instead of, we'll do exactly what we did before. And then overflow. It's that way. Excuse me. So if we do I did need to do a micro nudge there. Let's get my right, so it'll be okay, so we're going to have it's not there, it's going to be there. I think no, well, for this side, that's fine. Yep. That'll be to there. Now, this one, yep. That goes to there. And then this output here is going to go, I think I'm going to have to go there and head along the roof line, so the next production setup will be able to take that with a splitter or a merger. Oh, I love the liquid packaged biofuel. It lasts so long. So now back, we'll finish this off here. Oh, this is because of the, what do you call it? The micro nudge. We're best off going to the where it used to be. I don't want this. So I can still do this here though. I'm happy to keep the height that I had for that. That's not a problem. Right, there's the sinking. So that's the sinking fixed, which was the whole thing I was fixing, was the ceiling height. That I'll actually no. I want to go to that height because any mergers or sort of splitters we use in the future are going to clip into the ceiling, and I don't want that. Ragstorm, how you going? What's going on? How are you today? Perfect. Right. Lovely. That resolves all of that. What production line you working on? I've actually not working on any particular production line. What we're doing was we're going through and I'll show you what we're doing. I'm getting rid of these conveyor support poles, and we are this. And I've got a blueprint. The blueprint looks like, where are we? The blueprint looks like this, and what it has is all of the ceiling conveyor supports. and it makes for a nicer setup. We can remove all that bottom stuff. Streamlining the workload, yeah. Getting ready for the next all the manufacturer machines and all that stuff when they become available. So I'm just going through. So what I have is every building is a production line. So this building here is the rotor factory. This is the copper sheet factory, and so on and so on. And we just take one thing from one factory and bring it over to the other, and so once I start moving building manufacturer production lines, once we start building the manufacturer production lines, we will be putting a lot more stuff in. So I wanted to tidy this up. Spend a bit of time getting them all organised. Plus raising the building heights for the next floors of all the stuff that's going to happen. How's your factory going? What have you got going on in yours? I was just wasting time on my power production lately instead of making progress in material production for your factories. Well, power is important. You want to make sure you got power, otherwise things ain't going to be happening. But like 24 refinery is just pumping out turbo fuel. Nice. That's very nice. That one, and we get our staircase. Yeah, all I'm using is like 5 to 6 hours when I'm already at a 14 plus players in output. Well, I tell you what, once you start working on your next build, it's going to be worth it. Absolutely worth it. You don't want to be running out halfway through and having to figure shit out. Nothing more frustrating than distracting yourself from what you're doing to turn around and do something else. That's why I'm spending time doing this now. So I can get it out of the way and I can focus on other things. So once I start making more fuel generators, I'll have like 75,000 total if I've got numbers right. Sweet. Yeah, that's a nice amount of power. Absolutely. Foot pedal's a bit finicky. Find out also future planning for rocket fuel at the same time, but need next tier and gas extraction. This is like my 4th game. Nice. Yeah, I've played this since it first came to early access. I've actually got quite a few different playthroughs. They're all available on my website. You can go there. There's a bunch of different playthroughs. You can download them if you want to have a browse through them. See what madness and stupidity I did. 6 scanning initial 2 where all the mistakes are made. That's where all the learning happens. This playthrough is there. You can actually download at the end of every episode, every stream. We have the save files put up there, so you can have a look at the progress at a point in time. We'll get something wrong when we're starting, that's right. I think the first thing I got wrong was thinking there were different maps. I started on the easy map. At some point, I gave up and decided, screw it, I'm better off starting over. Yeah, definitely when you're, there's a few things you've done that you're not happy with. It's nice to start fresh and try those ideas that you got in your head. It's a great thing about this game, it's got so much replayability, hasn't it? I found the Blue Cray Lake to be the best place to get a basic mid-game power plant going and make my main base in the grasslands. Yeah, it is a good spot. There's a lot of, especially now, it's definitely the turbo fuel mecca. You've got everything there, coal, sulfur, oil, and rocket fuel. I think you can do the nitrogen, if that's right. I can't remember. Turbo and rocket, yeah. Worry about the center of that building later, because interested in just doing these at this point in time. That's that one. Ionizer never got there just yet. Needs a separate production line. Yeah, it is a big build, the ionized. I did do that in my 1.0 playthrough, just to see what it was like. Yeah. And now I'm doing is a tutorial series that I can use to update my website. Couple of doubles up. The double up. Doing those two. Sort that corner out. screwy. Place it. Be alright like that. Let's do these bottom ones. All of those. Alright. I'll be back in 1 sec. Batteries have gone flat. I'm back. Sorry about that. Batteries went flat. Merc, have a great day. Sorry, I thought you'd done work lurking. All good, Merc. Ever had trouble trying to compact a lot of belts into one build and not have it look like something out of Eldritch Nightmare? Yeah, it's one of those personal taste preferences, isn't it? I try not to compact a lot. That's really one of my things. Like, I don't know if you've noticed as I've been going through, I very rarely use manifolds. Almost everything is balanced. I like the aesthetic. Yeah. But yeah, I've done some builds that the belts get pretty dense and it actually ends up being a bit of a nightmare logistically and frame rate wise. So that one. So this factory was relatively easy to do that. It's done all 4 corners. Now this one is a different story. Yeah, choice between looking good and being functional. I only use a manifold on the output. Inputting, I keep it mostly balanced. Nice. So certainly a lot of design choices everyone's got with their builds. It adds to the replayability of the game, that's for sure. that one. Ooh, my resources are running a bit low. I did plan this correctly. That. That we're going to do it later. It's a mind fuck. Cosmetics wise, I've seen what some people have done and wondering is we're actually playing the same game. I know, right? There's some guys, I've seen them do, they use all the shapes and they make these things that you like. What are you even on? Yeah, it depends what you want to spend your time doing. Do you want to spend your time making amazing looking factories, or do you want to have production machines that work? I'm going to leave that there alone for the minute. We'll leave all of this alone for the minute because I'm not ready to do anything. Everything else though is pretty good here. This is the copper ingot factory. Deal with those extra belts and that later. Just leave that open so I don't forget. We'll go a bit for some repairs. I need to finish in my shop before it gets too dark. No worries. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Do the rest of that later. some rods and some plate. Alright. I think I'll finish off those two buildings there, and that might be it for today. I've actually done quite a bit, to be honest. Don't want to do this one here. That corner done. And I'll actually get rid of this. I'm going to redo those differently. This one we'll leave alone. There's nothing coming out. There's no point putting it there. Same here. Right, let's get our factory car. So just going to finish this corner off and do that concrete factory. That would be, I reckon, about it. We need to get some more Mercer spheres. Maybe next episode we start off doing that first. We'll go for a Mercer sphere hunt. Because it looks like I'm going to need to let the plate supplies replenish. I've definitely drained those. We need our power needs a rework, which it will happen. goes there. Beautiful. Yes, there the door. And then we'll just get rid of these. Well, that's actually not even related. There. That's in here. Awesome. Concreting up my concrete factory. That's got to change. Although That's what we need. We just need that, exactly like that, but with angled. I may not change that. That actually looks like it's meant to be. Anyway. Now, staircase here is no good, but I reckon we'll deal with that a little later. Wow, that's a lot of work today doing all that. We might just quickly grab some more concrete and just do the roofs of some of those buildings. Wow, we really ate into our concrete supply, didn't we? Two. And that would be nearly done. That I need to deal with. So we might leave that like that so I know I need to deal with it. out there, so it's really obvious I need to do something there. That's pretty much well. No, we do up here. So we did that one there as well, I think. No. We've done all of those factories there today. We'll do all of these next coming. And we also worked out how to do the roof on that. Go get my factory cart. But I also need to build the next floors for the next production lines. Because if I'm using the roof, I need to have the roof built before to make sure I use it. Otherwise I'll just keep putting the stackables down again. But I'm pretty happy with our result today. What else do I want to do right now? I think that's good. I think I'm good right now. How was that? How'd that go? Right, that finished. Ones we get today, let's have a look. Six, nice. Make a note of that. Right, what does the factory look like now from here? With all that stuff we did today, it's just we got roofs and everything. So we're getting there. Rightio, so in today's episode, what do? We finished deploying the dimensional depots all throughout our factory, and then we did a few more upgrades for the dimensional depot upload speed and the amount of stacks we can have. We then created a blueprint for the corner of our buildings that had the conveyor ceiling supports, and then I started going through the factories and putting those in place instead of having the stackable poles. And the bottom of the factory there looks much nicer now that that's gone. Yeah, interesting. It's coming along nicely. We're going to move some belts up soon and all that, but I want to get that implemented across everywhere, so then the next steps are really easy. And this will all work really well when I get the when we get the wall holes with 1.1. I'll be able to replace that blueprint, and it'll just be a swap in and out. It'll be really good. Yeah, that's about it. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening or night, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.